Good morning and welcome to KidNuz, sponsored today by Bamboo Learning. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020, and we begin with what could be a snowstorm for the ages. And if you live on the East Coast between Virginia and New England, you're probably already side-eyeing the skies. A nor'easter with all the makings of a blockbuster is due to hit hard and fast late this afternoon. 2 feet could fall in Maryland and Pennsylvania, enough, according to the Weather Channel, that some cities will see more snow in one day than they did all of last winter. Adding to the mess, 50-mile-an-hour winds. The National Weather Service is warning people to stay off the roads, and airlines are grounding planes and canceling flights. But the big question for millions of students is, will we get a snow day? In normal years, most likely yes. But this is 2020, and Zoom is tanking that tradition in New York City and many other districts that not too long ago could count on it. Mother Nature's timing couldn't be worse for the delivery of the Pfizer vaccine, but both FedEx and UPS say they have meteorologists monitoring East Coast conditions 24/7 and insist they're as ready as they can be. In the meantime, that second promised COVID shot is inching toward approval. Moderna's version got a preliminary thumbs up from the FDA yesterday, and if it clears 2 more hurdles as expected, could be rolled out and ready by Sunday or Monday. And there's some indication that public opinion about the shots might be turning. A new poll by ABC News shows that 84% of Americans are now willing to get vaccinated. Vice President Mike Pence and President-elect Biden are 2 of them. They've announced they'll be taking it publicly to build confidence very soon. And one final headline, health experts just gave the go-ahead for the first over-the-counter at-home coronavirus test. It reportedly gives reliable results in just 20 minutes. It's an excuse almost as old as time itself. The dog ate my homework. But now there's video validation that it does, in fact, happen. The proof comes from the Philippines, where a hungry husky tiptoed into a room with 2 boys sleeping. Sam, the dog, sniffed around a bit before honing in on a few sheets of paper held down by a PlayStation controller. Within seconds, the next day's assignment turned into a midnight snack. Another canine accomplice joined in. As for the boys, they slept through the whole thing and only pinpointed the source of the nocturnal naughtiness after checking surveillance video the next morning. Another day, another determined kid gets the corporate world to right a wrong. 7-year-old Vivian Lord penned a persuasive letter to several toy makers, arguing that they should make a female version of those little green plastic army figures. The Arkansas 2nd grader wrote, "My friend's mom is in the Army. Why don't you make girl Army men too?" She also insisted that people in the Army don't wear pink, that pink Army men don't cut it, and that not all girls like pink anyway. Jeff Imel, the president of BMC Toys, was the only toy maker who responded, and he did so in a big way. Imel told Good Morning America, "Every kid deserves to be the hero of their own story." The new green plastic Army women are still in pre-order to the public, but Vivian received 2 bags as an early Christmas present. Earning a seat at medical school just got harder. Application rates are soaring 18% higher than last year, and colleges nationwide are receiving the most interest in over a decade. Why? Some industry professionals say it's thanks to the high profile of Dr. Anthony Fauci and other healthcare workers who have inspired younger generations through their handling of the pandemic. According to NPR, the phenomenon even has a name, the Fauci effect. Fauci called it flattering, but more likely an effect of people wanting to help people. Then he said, if it works to get more young individuals into medical school, go ahead and use my name. In other KidNuz notes, another hit for Google. Late yesterday, Gmail got wonky for the second time in 2 days. The outage impacted what the company called a significant number of users and lasted about 2.5 hours. Prince Harry and Meghan are expanding their media kingdom. They've just signed on with Spotify to produce and host their own podcasts. First up, a holiday special to be released soon. They also have a deal with Netflix. And no one knows for sure, but an educated best guess puts today as the 250th birthday for the man behind the 4 most famous notes in musical history. We're talking about Beethoven's Fifth Symphony and the composer responsible for it, Ludwig van Beethoven, who reportedly once even wrote a song for a poodle. For more on his remarkable life, just say, "Alexa, open Bamboo Luminaries." That's it for KidNuz this morning. Now, our KidNuz quiz. How much snow is expected in tonight's nor'easter? Up to 2 feet. What percentage of Americans now say they'll get a coronavirus vaccine? According to ABC News, 84%. The increase in applicants to medical school is known as what? The Fauci effect. A 7-year-old got a toy maker to do what? Make Green Plastic Army women, in addition to its Green Army men. In one for the road, a code violation for Santa's horse-drawn sleigh in Belfast, Ireland. Robert McClanahan was filling in for St. Nick Monday night, making the rounds with a bunch of toys when police pulled him over. The issue? He didn't have a required white light on the front or a red one on the back. Kris Kringle's crew swept in and got him road ready, but Santa was none too happy. He had alerted local authorities to his delivery plans ahead of time and said their stop was, quote, a bit like the Grinch, to be honest. Before we go, it's time for today's KidNuz shoutouts. First, to our terrific teachers and their students, starting with Carlene, Julie, Sherry, and Monica at Clovis Unified in Clovis, California. To Ms. Powell at St. Elizabeth Seton School in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where she makes everything a competition. And to Barbados Bullfrogs at Serene Hills in Austin, Texas. And we send birthday wishes to Violet and May in Portland, Oregon, Mia in Tucson, Arizona, Lena in New London, Wisconsin, Adelaide in Nacogdoches, Texas, Joyanne in Ames, Iowa, Reagan in Herdsfield, North Dakota, Serenity and Sincerity in Palm Bay, Florida, Avery in Chicago, Illinois, and Bobby and Hannah both in Oakland, California. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.